Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey, and here we are today taking a look at a Mindlink deck which was suggested by I think one of subscribers of the channel, who also sometimes comes and spectates us in matches and sort of keeps me from just going wild by just having a grind through playing FJS decks all the time. So we're going to play this in casual, but this is built around the Mindlink, and it also sort of prompted me to spend a few shift stones over here just to get a playset of Magus of the Mist, because what Mindlink does is it transforms an enemy card, and if it's not one that's in the deck, it's just like in play or in hand, you get to draw a copy of that new card. What that leads you to wanting to do is sort of play with cards like Unstable Form, because that transforms. And so we've got like another synergy with this. I think it was sort of experimented with when we played those decks like, I don't know, 4 months ago, where like all the developers built decks and it was an event. Magus of the Mist is actually really good for Unstable Form, because you play it and then you unstable the Magus, and then for basically 1.5 cards and 6 power, you've got 2 6-drops. You've got the 6/6 Flying Dragon, and you've got the Magus of the Mist, whatever that's transformed into. Plus you've still got like one of the unstable forms left, so you know, why not? Mostly this is just like a mono primal sort of weirdo deck. I don't expect too many great things of it, but you know, if you get the Mindlink going, you can sort of overwhelm your opponent a little bit just by, I don't know, just doing various things like Equivocate your thing, I'll play the thing. It just turns Equivocate into a really powerful spell then. And yeah, that's sort of it. We are playing a card from the new campaign, which is Poaching Drake. Drawing Goats is not too exciting, but you know, it's on theme. And even though like having the Jedi Merchant and Poaching Drake both do die to the Hailstorms, I think that they're good just to sort of put a little bit of a beat down on our opponent. And then it also, you know, it works with our synergy, so you know, why not? Anyway, let's go into the queue and see how this deck performs. Okay, well, on the draw here, we do have a Mindlink, so Mindlink plus Polymorph, the combo. Sadly, this frog doesn't have Destiny. I think we'll keep it though anyway. I'm not sure how MMR actually works in casual. Must be accurate for Masters though, because we're probably playing against a cookbook deck here. So we'll just Crest here. And yeah, more Crest is good. Just playing the Mindlink on free is probably going to be quite good. Oh, okay, so maybe this is like a Lessie moment sort of deck. We've actually managed to stay reasonably high on the ladder. Yeah, Equivocate's good. It's going to work with our Mindlink, so we'll keep that. Then I'm going to grab the Primal Sigil just because it'll help us actually have a turn down Cobalt Waystone. I think that if this is like a moment deck though, and we're able to fire off or like find a Rain of Frogs, we should be good. We do have another couple of turns before we need to actually find it, so I'm just going to play Mindlink down now. But as we were saying, I'm actually doing quite good on the rank ladder. I think I'm 8th at the minute. I've sort of bounced up and down a little bit. Let's just Cobalt Waystone here, I think. I think we'll just Seek, sort of like no reason not to really. Let's grab a Time Sigil. So we're at 8th, we've bounced up and down. I think our lowest we're about 14, and at our highest we're at 5. I think we're sort of stable at about 8 now. I've been given a lot of advice from people where they basically said, cool, so if we find our unstable form, we've got a good Magus set. Where they've effectively said, just stop playing, because that's better for you, but I'm not really into that, so still playing. Crest here, just sort of like stop drawing powers. I don't think Permafrost is going to be too good against our opponent here, so let's just bottom that, try and find something a little bit more exciting. Don't think we really need Equivocate either, so let's just keep pulling those powers out of our deck. But just sitting there and not playing or just sort of like camping your rank just doesn't seem like the most effective use of your time. So we could here grab a second Mindlink, and that'll be really good when we do stuff with like the Equivocate and the Polymorph. But I think what I actually want to do is Rain of Frogs. We don't get to Rain of Frogs now, but we get to sort of like set it up next turn. And like, you know, we get to draw a couple of cards off this, which is generally quite cool. So our opponent is sort of like missed on the 7th underplate power, plus moments are just going to be 2/2s. I'm assuming that our opponent is playing moment or something along those lines, if sort of like this is the way the hand's playing out. So, okay, well, let's get the old snipping tool out. Most of this isn't going to do very much against me. If we take the Purify, though, we get to draw 2 cards, which I think is good. And if we leave them with the Risen, it gives us something to Equivocate. So I think that's good. Yeah, we'll take Purify. Even though Purify doesn't do anything, this is literally just to draw 2, because this will turn it into 2 frogs. And we'll draw us 2 cards. Okay, cool. So we've got Polymorph, so we can even just like... yeah, we can even turn Risen into a frog, I guess. But I suppose the main plan was just like Equivocate it. Get whatever that's drawn, and then... There we go. So our opponent is going to be frogging us out here. So they do have Harsh Will, which is probably something we don't actually need to be that concerned with, really. Okay, so our opponent's just not playing the... Oh, cool. Our opponent's just not into the business of playing the Risen there for whatever reason. Yep, just going for the double block. We do have a mirror image in here, but if we get access to this, we've already got a merchant, so I don't think we need to. I think we'll just like crack our opponent for 2 points of damage. We don't really need to do anything else, so I don't want to fire off the Magus and Mist and just get it like just get my board harsh willed quite yet. Much rather draw some cards off this double Mindlink that we've got. Oh, okay. I'll just get to cracking for 2, give our opponent the business here. Hailstorm, good, the combo. Well, we've actually got like a sort of a combo now with Magus of the Mist. But I'm not going to quite lean into that yet. I sort of really want our opponent to just make a Risen. Because we get to like double unstable farm it and then Equivocate it, which could be cool. Well, looks like our opponent's just like not into committing whatsoever. I think I'm going to assume our opponent's not got much that we can actually Poaching Drake, so but let's just mega safe. Our opponent's got Torch, this is bad of course. Okay, cool. So I've got a Frontline Cyclops and a Illusory Dragon, so I mean our opponent's probably just going to pull the trigger on Harsh Will now. Yep, this is fine. I suppose we'll just do it again here. Oops. Nearly unstable farm the wrong thing. If I've almost got Torch now, this is going to suck because we lose our Illusory Dragon. Do we just Equivocate our Dragon? I'm not sure if we do actually. Yes, it's fine. Rats kills our dragon as well. Yeah, perhaps could have done like a bit differently. You know, try to unstable farm. Ooh, Cirso's good. Now, if Cirso gets into combat with anything, then we're absolutely laughing because we get to draw 2 pigs every time. I'm going to assume that like Mindlink with Piggy. Oh yeah, we knew about that. Yeah, because our opponent's now used Harsh Will and Vanquish. They've still got a Risen. Don't really need to protect our threats with Equivocate. I'd much rather use our Equivocate as like a draw 2. What can we actually get here from the market? Okay, this is good. So put away the Primal Sigil, get Mirror Image. Mirror Image this. Just get more pressure into play. And then I suppose we'll trade up this Hailstorm into a third Mindlink. Boy, I probably could be playing Boar. Yeah, I'm not going to play it yet. I imagine that we'd just get completely owned if our opponent just like had a Fire Merchant, got Boar, killed all of our Mindlinks, and then was got sort of like dirtly do nothing deck. I'll probably play Mindlink on a turn where I'm going to draw a card from it. Okay, cool. So, yes, it's fine. Probably opening up the way for a Risen. Also, because of the Mindlink, we get to know what our opponent got with the Equivocate. Oh, that's not good. Well, let's have a... Well, no, but Mindlink. We'll Rain of Frogs, see what our opponent's up to. Okay, so new look at the hand. We've got Sword of Unity, Harsh Will, and Desert Marshal with the Risen that we already know about. I suppose we'll just take Sword of Unity, because it's a powerful card. The others are just sort of like units, we can deal with them. Get to draw 3 here, which is nice. Okay, so this deck is juicy. We'll attack here. I assume opponent just like blocks the 3-2, but it's still taking 3. We still get to hold up the Equivocate for the Rizza. Just not everything's sort of like in our way is still sort of good here. Yep, so Desert Marshal's fine. Doesn't matter what it silences. Like, it's never attacking through these 1/1s really. Let's have a point like harsh rules. Yep, so what's going for the harsh rule here? I do feel like I'm doing quite well though. Okay, so opponent's making Frog, and the hand at the moment that we know of is Rizan plus 1 other. I wonder why they're so scared to play Rizan. I assume because they don't want like anything sort of nonsense swapping. Okay, so get to upgrade our opponent's unit here into like a 2/1, but we get to draw a bunch of goats too. So I feel quite ahead in that exchange. I am not playing the last goat just because I want to keep the Equivocate up. I'm probably fairly certain that that is along the line of what's happening. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason they wouldn't have played Rizan. Okay, well, we've given it a juicy target now. But I'll allow this. This is fine. I could have equivocated it at some point without life steal, so our opponent doesn't gain life, but so I'm fine with that. Rather them not have any opportunities to play anything or do anything with this card. Okay, so Ice Knuckle Jotun. Good, good, good. Yep. Oh, I was off it. Oh. So let's play it out. Okay, well, here on the draw, and we've got access to Mindlink with a Cirso to get the piggy train going. But we do seem a little bit flooded, although stuff like the 5 power is probably fine because we do have a Cirso, and you know, if we do feel like we getting more flooded than that, the Jenna Merchant gets to trade a card out. So I think this hand's probably actually okay. And if you're against like a sick beatdown deck, then we are able to get Jenna Merchant, like block whatever it is up to, and then use the Hailstorm the next turn. Yeah, let's just grab a seat out here. Let's keep grabbing Primal Sigils just because we do want to have like turned on Cobalt Waystones. So I'll put just a Crest of Fury. Oh, some sort of 4 colour nonsense. Well, we could have quite a nice curve here where we're able to use a Poaching Drake after we... So I'll put some sort of like Nikto deck. I was thinking about a video as well where I try and build... Because I did see a deck a little while ago where the player was playing all the merchants plus like Nyctotraxion in the board and just sort of like swapping it in and out every turn and just like getting value from the extra card that you draw every time you draw Nyctotraxion. We're drawing Mindlink here though. Of course, our opponent was probably up to something a little bit cool, and we should have got Rain of Frogs, but we didn't put Mindlink in our deck to go to the market and not get it. Like that seems just like not good deck building. Okay, so opponent's up to something. Well, something reasonably cool at least. But also a little bit controlling because they do have like a Valkyrie Force from here. It's like mad props to the opponent's power base there, where they're able to actually put a Valkyrie Enforcer in this like 5 faction deck. Yeah, Mental More, definitely like an Ixo deck this really. Sort of like incredibly sad that I didn't get Rain, but I suppose we'll just get it now. So I'll grab Rain. I'm not using to strategize yet, it's not like our hand really. Got all things like, if we draw more power then I'll probably strategize, but for now I think like the intention is just to Rain next turn. Okay, well, let's Rain, just get perfect information of what's going on exactly. Okay, so our opponent is some sort of like Macto end of the story. So like Valkyrie control deck. Well, probably taking Mactos because we don't have any real ways of dealing with that. And end of the story seek power, just like whatever. So I get to draw some cards. Hopefully get to play this Seat of Wisdom. Oh, so I was hoping it would draw like a basic Sigil so we're able to play it. Oh, okay, Permafrost is good. We'll keep that. Not attacking now. Okay, so that's the Seek Power gone. So we know about the end of story and 2 frogs. I'm gonna imagine that opponent. Okay, so I thought the opponent might have like kept like a frog in hand, because I'm gonna assume this is some sort of deck that is interested in the idea of using the market a reasonable amount. So I think I'm also gonna strategize here. Okay, probably strategize again. Yeah, don't need like a 7th power here. So just attack with all. If our opponent wants to double block with the frogs again, which seems to be like the play. I spent that happened in the last game as well. But this is fine, just use our little 1/1s. Yep, so here's the other Macto, Run Cowards. And that was like Mully's Scream, where Mully turned like a Macto into a frog and it still said like the same line. So attacking in like our opponent like block would give our opponent like the opportunity to trade off and then sort of like turn our Poaching Drakes off, but I think I'm just going to Drake anyway. Get a little go. This might prompt our opponent to blow up the world. You've used both frogs? Yeah, so we only know about the end of the story in the hand. Nice. So Rizlan's got lifesteal now. Well, I just won't actually block. Block here. My opponent's got like something that deals damage, but okay, end of the story here is sort of aggressive, but they could be playing like Dark Return. I just want to get this Rizlan back. We've got even better. Got a really nice sort of like follow up here though, because we get to play Cirso, which is just a bit of a nightmare to actually have a block. And we've got protection, like if we need to, if our opponent wants to blow it up, we can Equivocate it. But mostly, pull just Equivocate whatever our opponent plays. And let's just give our opponent not very many draws. I think this works the way I want it to work. I get a random 5-drop. Yeah, cool. We'd have like 2 6/6s in play. Could have just played the Cirso. Rats. Yeah, I could have just played like the Cirso. I wasn't paying attention to what came from the top of the deck or not. So 2 6/6s in play, but you know, just wanted to do the cool thing. Probably not playing the 5 power 4/4 though. So I think that's all of our opponents' Mactos that have been frogs. So they've got no Mactos in the market. And playing out the last card, it tells me our opponent probably didn't have a market. Just sort of interesting. Okay, so we do actually have like a Mindlink setup. Merchants are great, you know. So I think I actually played against this opponent. Was it last game? No, it was the game before. So there isn't really a bit too saucy here, just play out the power. This game's probably going to go quite reasonably. Yeah, this was like the free faction deck, wasn't it? Don't have to strategize yet. If we flood, we'll strategize, but we're sort of fine otherwise. I'm pretty certain that our opponent is on some sort of like moment deck though. And we should probably be like prioritizing yeah, well, they've got anything yet, have they? Yeah, let's get Mindlink. I mean, we probably shouldn't get Mindlink. You know, we should be getting like the Rain of Frogs to be able to try and rats. Our opponent's gone to the market and we didn't have Rain of Frogs. Well, they might have got Bar because they already know what we're playing because we played against them like 10 minutes ago. So I'm just going to strategize here. Oh, cool. So we don't have like infinite Magus of the Mists, and playing Magus against like this faction pairing is probably quite aggressive anyway because they've got Torch and Vanquish and Rizan. So there's so many ways of actually just dealing with the Magus that's probably not worth doing. I'm gonna guess that one actually just got Cookbook as well because that's probably like the main thing you want to be getting with your extra merchants. Yeah. So we can't actually deal with that per se. So that could be a problem for us. Let's just wallpaper on it, I guess. Should really be in attacking last turn if this is what I was into doing. But this is fine. Yeah, we'll get frogs later. I don't think we need frogs quite yet. But if we draw like a 6th power, I think we'll just make the 2 merchants, because generally that's the way you want to punish cookbooks, is just by being aggressive, just having things in play that they have to deal with. So you can have a tie up the power so that they don't have time to be able to do the cookbook. So if their option was slay or activate, and it's just like, well, if you activate, you're going to take 6. You know, they have to slay instead. Okay, so this one is probably bar, but let us rain frogs, because we just drew it. And let's have a look what we've got here. So we've got Sandstorm Titan, Valkyrie Enforcer, Desert Marshal, and Bar. I think it's only really Bar that matters here. Let's just get Bar. We get to draw a card. Yep, so 6 power is good because this lets us next turn Genev into Mirror Image the Genev. Oh, our opponent's off it. Oh. Well, I suppose our opponent's a little bit too cautious about like the power of Mindlink, but it's quite a potent spell. Okay, so we're on the play with. I'm not sure if this sounds good or not. Like, we've got the power base that I like, just like 2 Crest is good. A little bit of an interaction with Equivocate and Rain of Frogs, but there's like 2 big fat mens. I think we should probably redraw though. Let's try and get a Mindlink down. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, we are going to be doing well with these Genev merchants, I guess. We will keep Hailstorm. Hailstorm's one of those cards that, when it's good, it's just going to be really good. So Primal's playing like a Felon deck here, so it's probably not going to be good. But if they're playing some sort of like Felon Beatdown, it's going to be excellent. And we can sort of just get rid of cards that aren't good. Okay, so our opponent's playing... opponent hates fun, and they're playing Haunted Highway. Shameful. Probably get rid of Magus of the Mist here. And I think because we've got so many... Yeah, we'll get Mindlink first. We should get Rain of Frogs here, I think. Just try and get rid of like something that's a nuisance to get back. But I want to get some value. I want to get Mindlink value. On turn 5, I'm going to draw a card when I look at the 1 card my opponent's got left in hand and turn it into a frog. Yep, so we are incredibly smart and fin volleys Hailstorms. So this deck's basically mono primal as well. I've actually seen like a Magus of the Mist mono primal deck a month ago. That was actually really powerful, and it was on like my 99 point a game when I was playing. Well, I guess Hailstorm's not doing much here. Let's get Rain of Frogs. I was playing like whatever deck. I was thinking it was like Argent Part at the time, so it might have been like 2 months ago. And I was like my 99 points out of 100 on D1. Played against mono primal, and it just absolutely destroyed me. Okay, so this is potentially... Okay, so like double Hailstorm is mostly fine, I guess. Let us just Rain of Frogs there. What's our price up to? Okay, well... well, we'll just take Westwind Herald, and then our opponent can literally never win. Because what we're going to do is just like Iceberg Scattershot me. Like, okay, got me. Oh, yes. Yeah. I know this deck's good that I'm playing against, but it's just like, it's a combo deck that's like got a non-deterministic win condition. And then I feel like it folds to hate. Okay, it's like 2 Rain of Frogs dead. A lot more than like Tally combos, because like with Tally combo, if someone Rain of Frogs you Tally, then you still got like a functional Xenon deck with Life Force sub-strategy of like a Mask of Torment, so you can still actually just play big fat men and kill your opponent. Whereas the Westwind Herald doesn't, but the deck's still good. It's just like a control deck with a sort of like infinite combo. But on to the last game. Okay, here we are. So last game, and we've got a lot of cards in hand because they're like the double unstable. And we can fetch Mindlink because of Genov Merchant, but I think we can actually just do better than this. Let's just redraw. Like if our opponent's doing anything that remotely is doing anything to us, then we could just be very dead there. Yeah, so like, and only Ronin, we would have just been like Dobbs too. So let's just grab Primal Sigil. I don't really need to do too much here. Probably just let our opponent overextend, so probably not just going to fire off Hailstorm on 3, unless there's like at least 3 things in play. I've always sort of liked Stone Scar, like aggro, gunslingers, that sort of stuff. So no fastballs to my opponent, no torches, which is nice. But yeah, I've always sort of liked like Stone Scar gunslingers, or Stone Scar beatdown decks, but every single card in that deck just like dies to Hailstorm. I think we can. Oh, Silver Forms. I could potentially turn these into worse things. I don't think we need to. I think we can wait like another turn. If our opponent just like makes Bakeli Doodah, the 1/3 that makes a sabotage, we could be in a lot of trouble because they just like get out Hailstorm. But I probably want like one more thing, just being like really greedy with this Hailstorm, really. Yeah, so no Idlepot Instigator as well. I'm sort of happy. Yep, take 5. I suppose if there's a rapid shot, like something that is just getting equivocated. But for now, we're just going to Hailstorm our opponent here. So I hope to play something else. Oh, just Fire Favor's fine. Yep, got 15. Puts at 26, just like the winning. That's how it works, right? I suppose a Hailstorm. Then just play Kit, the Cobalt Waystone, just get a little bit of FAC, just protect ourselves from anything like Obliterate, but I suppose like Virus Favor stuff will deal with that. Okay, cool. So I'm actually just going to frog our opponent. They've just got Rapid Shot and Hideout Pistol. I mean, I wasn't really aware. I mean, I suppose we were because we were like going to be able to untap with like Wisdom Elders, and we knew about the tricks and stuff, so get easily blown up by Equivocate. But let's go to the deck tech. Okay, so there we have it. Mindlink is a pretty interesting card actually, and you know, maybe it's just like playing against slower decks and getting a little bit of value off your Rain of Frogs, because like when Rain of Frogs says draw a card, that gets pretty exciting. Like draw a card for each of your opponent's cards that you've turned into a frog. It just seems really good. This deck's, you know, there's probably like something to it, like maybe like the Poaching Drakes and the Cirsos and Magus and Mist is just like sap nonsense. Maybe there's like enough transform effects that you could play like mostly unitless and just like, you know, get your opponent with just like a pile of frogs and like whatever else you can transform stuff into. Maybe it's something to watch because Mindlink was like set Omens of the Past, wherever set that was. That's not what I wanted, but continue. So I'll talk while I work my way back. So I think that was Omens like set 2, or was that Dusk Road? Wrong one. I'm trying for the filter. There we go. Right, so yeah, Omens of the Past was set 2. So if there's like a rotation that wipes out set 1 but leaves in set 2 for whatever reason, we can potentially play Mindlink and it just get more powerful over time, which is pretty cool. I do like relics, just having like really cool build around effects. So stuff like Crystal Chalice and I can't remember the names of all these cards are my favourite things, like Crown of Possibilities. They're just like sort of build around a deck around them, and maybe like Mindlink and Crown of Possibilities can go in the same deck. That'd be pretty cool, because of course like the things that you transform do get like random abilities, so you can like really high roll. If there was like a, you know, like Rain of Frogs, and you just like get 4 frogs and they've all got like Echo, Deadly or something like that, that's probably just like absolute story time and just like lights out for your opponent. But yeah, I think the deck's actually kind of cool. Casual matchmaking was interesting because it took about a minute and a half to get into each game. But yeah, deck was cool. Thanks for watching. I've been That Resolves. I'll see you around.